I bet that whole time I was talking, I was on mute. I bet that whole time I was talking, I was on mute. Thank you. Oh, man. Let's see. What it was. That's what it was that whole time. Jesus Christ, man. I tell you, man. Appreciate you guys. Thank you. And thank you, my brother. Fulio in the building. Salute. Appreciate you. And I was spitting some hot fire too. But anyway, so basically what I was saying is the NBA trade deadline has come and went. It wasn't as crazy as it has been in the past. We were used to seeing some wild blockbuster trades possibly happen. It wasn't too crazy. I guess some teams were worried about what has transpired with the new CBA stuff and the tax apron stuff. And so if they're going to make a move, they really have to commit and they have to be in the right position because it could be very costly. So because of that, we did see some trades, but we didn't see necessarily the blockbuster, big, huge trade that could have happened in the past or would be likely to happen. Shout out to the chat. Travel Vibes is in the building. Salute. What's good? He says, man, another injury, just like the order of operations, get those injuries out the way leading up to the home stretch. I hear you. Dwayne Dennis is here. He said, yo, Tom Tibbs is going to continue to overplay his short rotation until they're all on the injured list, killing our chances for a deep run into the playoffs. Crazy idiot. Yeah, it's wild. Dwayne also said you have to think that maybe possibility. I thought because we how thin we were due to injuries that they should have conceded the game in a nonchalant way by playing the reserves a lot of minutes. Well, I mean, listen, the bottom line is they didn't play Jalen Brunson, so that was that said a lot. That was enough. Let's see. Josh, aka Uncle Fulio, in the building. As I said before, appreciate you, Josh, and thank you, my brother. Appreciate the heads up too. Appreciate that. What's up, G Robinson in the building? Salute. Adrian Nelson, salute. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm good now. Rick 03 in the building. Salute. Appreciate you. Once a Nick, always a Nick. Yep. Mm-hmm. Got you. Bodega the Mayor in the building. Salute. He said your mouth is moving, but we can't hear you. Are you trying to say I never sounded better? Oh, salute, salute. Appreciate you. Dwayne has watched a little too many of my shows. Oh man, appreciate you. Yep. What up, Stafford Don? Appreciate you. What's good, my brother? Don't let him fool you. Oh no. Walter Blackman is in the building. Salute. Kevin Taylor is here. Salute, salute. What's good, Kevin? James Wayne in the building. What's good, James? Michael Drake is here. Salute. Craig is in the building. What's good? All right. Okay. So that being said, we got some Knicks stuff to get into and cover, but this is the NBA wrap up, so I don't want it to be monopolized by the Knicks. I'm sorry, guys, but we will get into the Knicks. But first off, start off with some other stuff around the league. You know what I mean? Slim Slammer in the building. He said, "Let's go Knicks." Appreciate you, Slim Slammer. Thank you for being here. Salute to you. Yeah, man. First off, Buddy Hield, folks. Buddy Hield. That's right. The B, the U, the D, the D, the Y. Okay, you know where I was going. That's Buddy. Come on, man. You know what I mean? Y'all too young, man. The old school cats know what it is, man. Come on, man. So let's see what Buddy Hield is looking like. Because I'll be honest, I don't follow all of the stuff that be going on with some of these players if it don't interest my team sometimes. But I'm just curious as to how he's looking. So Buddy Hield is currently averaging 12 points per game, 3.2 rebounds, 2.7 assists, shooting 44% from the field, and shooting 30. Wait, nope, that's not it. Hold on. He is shooting 38.4% from three. So Buddy Hield is still a very solid player. He is going over to the Philadelphia 76ers. And it's actually a pretty good move for them. They could use a little extra firepower over there. They've been playing some good defense. So I think their issue is not necessarily on the defensive end, but they could use a little bit more help scoring wise. And I definitely think they need as much firepower as they can get having Joel Embiid down. We're talking 30 plus points a game. And 10 rebounds a game too. So that's a tough one. And let's see what was the actual deal. So it was okay. So it was Buddy Hield for Marcus Morris and Furkan Korkmaz and 3 second-round picks. Wow. I mean, I guess it seems like I'm not saying it seems like a lot because obviously Buddy Hield has a lot. At this point, he's younger, he's got more talent than maybe Marcus Morris at this stage of his career, and then Furkan Korkmaz. But I don't know. I kind of think maybe 3 second-round picks might have been one too many. I think they could have done that with 2 second-round picks, but whatever. It is what it is. But yeah, I mean, it's a really good, depth piece for the 76ers. And like I said, they're really going to need him to kind of help pick up some of the scoring. And being that he's in this situation, he might be called upon to really put up some good minutes and some good numbers, which might rejuvenate his career. Because one thing we knew about Buddy Hield when he was with Sacramento, he was a bucket. He could get hot. I mean, he had a lot of 30-point, 40-point games. He could get busy. But ever since he's been with Indiana, it just hasn't seemed to be that same type of fit. It's been different. He's been in different roles. So I wonder if this move to the 76ers is like a blessing in disguise, because not only do they bring him in for that added depth, but being that Embiid is not there, it allows him to get really comfortable, acclimated, and really get back into his scoring bag, so that by the time Embiid comes back, he's fully acclimated and ready to go, and will be a full contributor to the team. So sometimes, maybe that could be a blessing in disguise. Now, on the flip side, one of the other things that I wanted to talk about and mention real quick is, how does this affect the 76ers? Are the 76ers chances of, possibly having a deep playoff run and making some noise this year done? Because Joel Embiid is out indefinitely. You know, the timetable for these things usually isn't that long, but you never know, because not every injury is the same. They're all different. Everybody's bodies are different. Joel Embiid is a 7-footer. That obviously makes everything a lot worse too. Um, you know, uh, so I don't know. I mean, he underwent the knee procedure, and his timeline. Look, this is the most recent update. His timeline still remains uncertain. So, yeah. So his issue was, it was a flap tear, right? Um, uh, a partial meniscectomy, removing a small portion of the meniscus. Yeah, so usually those things is not as bad as like tearing an Achilles. The timetable on return is usually a lot quicker, but even this, at the stage that it is in the season, it could be a little while. Like, we're talking maybe at the very end of the season, possibly right before the playoffs, maybe, if he's lucky and the healing works good and his recovery is good. So I don't know. I don't know how you guys feel about that. What do you think? Do you think the Sixers still have a chance to be really competitive and make some noise? Because they could start dropping. I mean, the drop is it's they're going up and down a little bit, but the drop could really start happening, depending, once they start playing some of the tougher competition in the league. Um, so yeah, I don't know what you guys think about that, but I think that they have a chance to still be decent, because what the one of the things of having a guy like Embiid on your team, he takes so much onus on his shoulders, and he's the man that some other guys kind of go under the radar, that are good on the team, but they just don't get the same usage. So maybe now it's time for those guys to step up. Maybe we'll see what the 76ers are made of, what type of team they actually have. Yeah, time will tell. So wait and see. Shout out to Walter Blackman. Thank you for the generous super chat, my brother. I appreciate you as always. Maddox is in the building. Salute. What's good? LB So Wavy 718 is in the building. Yeah. I hear you. I know. I could have hit you with the my buddy from back in the De La Soul era. That would have been even older. Little Moni Love, you know what I mean? Um Kerry Cox is in the building. Salute, Kerry. Appreciate you. I am Jarrell is in the building. What's good? Salute to Ron and all the MBK fam. Appreciate you, bro. Hope you're doing well. Let me see. Okay, I think I shouted everybody out. Appreciate you guys. Smash that like button if you haven't already done so, and we will continue with the rest of the show. So you got that going on that you know about. The Buddy Hield acquisition's a good move, right? We also know that The Toronto Raptors made an interesting move as well, right? Toronto wound up, and let me get the official the official trade thing. Uh Actually, my fault. It was two trades. I apologize. Um okay, so first off, the Raptors traded Otto Porter Jr. and Kira Lewis Jr. and the 2024 first round pick for Oche Agbaji and Kelly Olynyk, right? So I think this is actually a pretty good trade for Toronto. Oche is an interesting player because we thought there was a lot of potential with him. I mean, he's got a great skill set. He plays defense. Uh, he's a physical specimen, and he has some offensive game, but it hasn't really translated so far yet in the NBA. I don't necessarily know why that's the case. If it's just a matter of him just still not getting comfortable and acclimated to the game speed of the NBA, I don't know. I don't know. But he is a player that could really be. Obviously he's not. From what we've seen, he doesn't have that star type quality to him, but he could be a really good, efficient role player in the league, a really good glue piece for a team. And maybe Toronto is the fit for him. I mean, he's been with a struggling pretty bad. I mean, they overachieved last year early in the season. Utah did, and then they kind of settled back into what we thought they were. But to now go from Utah, who is always constantly in a state of rebuild, to a Toronto team that actually is a good team, but they're still trying to find themselves with the new pieces they got. But Toronto is in a much better position, and I think they can win some basketball games over there. You know, I think it's a good look for him. It's a little crowded over there, but I think it's a good look for him. Because there may at the end of the season there may be some people that move on that don't stay. I'm still not quite sure if Emmanuel Quickly is going to want to stay with Toronto. Not that Oche and Quickly play the same position. I'm just saying, that's just an example of people might be leaving, so you never know what's going to happen. He might get a chance to flourish over there. Who knows? And then you also get Kelly Olynyk, and we all know about Kelly Olynyk. No matter what team he's gone to, he's been in this league for quite some time, and he's always been a really good piece to have. Someone who can rebound, who can stretch the floor. He's a hustler, very scrappy. He's a good type of player to have on a team, and he's got good height. So, yeah, that's a good move for Toronto. I think that's going to help them. But Toronto wasn't done. They also traded Dennis Schroeder to the Nets for Spencer Dinwiddie, and then they waived him. Yeah, so they traded Dennis Schroeder and Thaddeus Young in exchange for Spencer Dinwiddie, and then they waived him. Surprising. What does that tell you about Spencer Dinwiddie? I don't know. I mean, this is the same guy that bet on himself. Can you imagine a player with so much, talent and promise, a player that was so comfortable in his own skin that he would bet on himself, right? Um, and work up an interesting contract that even involved Bitcoin. To go from that, a lot of talking, a lot of smack talk that Dinwiddie has talked. He said a lot of stuff over the years in the NBA. To go from that to now this, getting traded from team to team, now getting traded to another team and getting waived. Wow, it's crazy, man. The NBA, it's fast. Things happen quickly. Man, it's wild. That's nuts. So, that's it's the way of life. Um, we'll see what happens, man. I don't know. I don't know. So now they're talking about the fact that Spencer Dinwiddie is going to be on the open market. Maybe he's somebody that the Knicks should consider. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure about that. Yeah. Yeah. I hear you, Adrian. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about his game either, man. Like he's always had some talent, but it was very it was better before. Like he could get busy, but over the years it's gotten more spotty. Like you get his talent in spurts now. So I don't know. It's like too much talking for not enough action. Dripmore is in the building. Salute. What's good? That's right. The preferred barber of still Knicks fans and the Knicks community is in the building. Go. What up, Dripmore? Paris Doug is here. Salute, Paris. He said Dinwiddie looking horrible all year is why. Maybe that's it. Yeah, I know, Craig. I remember. Listen, I got mad receipts, B. I got mad receipts. These guys that didn't want to, we like Mike Jones to these guys now. Back then they didn't want us. Now we hot. They all on us. You know how it is. That's what the Knicks are right now. I see. Yeah, keep Dinwiddie over there. Go that way. We're cool. LV Shore in the building. Nah, man, he used to be LV. I know, you know what it is? Maybe the problem is with players like in the NBA, we follow the teams we follow, right? We follow the players we follow. Other teams we've seen light us up or do things in the past, and you kind of like associate that with them. That's who you think they are. Maybe you saw a couple highlights here and there, but when you don't follow a player, you kind of like got that image of them in your head. But when you look at Spencer Dinwiddie, he's not the same player he was, man. He really isn't. And believe me, I know because I've lost some bread on him. But anyway, just saying. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with that, of course not. Yeah. But he's not the same player. Kareem Grant, did I say what's up to you, my brother? What up, twin? What's good, bro? Good to see you as always. Long Island Sound is in the building. Appreciate you. Hold on. I'll come back to that. Okay. All right. So yeah, so that's what Toronto did. And so I'm not going through every trade or everything that happened in the league. I'm just kind of pinpointing the ones that stood out to a lot of people. And I don't mean just me. I'm just like looking at what a lot of people have been talking about around media circles. And so kind of giving you guys a little bit of information on that stuff. Still don't know what's going on with Lowry, Kerry. I don't know. I guess they're kind of just waiting to see when that's going to happen. But I tell you one thing: most likely he's not coming to the Knicks. If you were interested in him, he's probably going to go home to Philadelphia because that's where he's from, apparently. And he could do some work over there. They got some young guys that could use some of his help. He's feisty. He knows that they're always in playoff contention. I mean, as long as they get Joel Embiid back before the end of the season, they have a chance. So, if they can stay close, so that's what I think. Interesting thought. Yeah, he definitely has. It's not the same. I mean, like I said, he can still ball. He has moments like spurts, but it's nowhere the way it used to be. Well, hey man, Parrish, the thing about him, man, we've seen he's played good in the past, but you talk about a guy never living up to his potential. Killian Hayes, man, I feel so bad for the guy because I think he's only been in the league 4 years. This is a young dude, man, and for him to kind of be in a situation where he can't even stick with Detroit and gets released, waived, or whatever, that's tough. This is a young player who is not like a young player who they took a chance with. This is a young player who was supposed to be a really good player in the league. And then for him to announce that he's retiring, which doesn't mean he's going to stop playing basketball, guys. I think it's just he's retiring from the NBA so he can go play overseas and make that overseas money and kind of go back to what he's used to because he's used to playing overseas and international. I mean, that's how he grew up as a young player. That's how he learned how to play. So maybe that's what he's looking forward to doing. And maybe that's why he's retiring from the NBA. It is what it is. It's crazy. This world is nuts, man. But this is life. Comes at you fast. Just got to roll with the punches. But I hope he's okay, and I hope he finds a good landing spot, man. Because I've seen some good things from him. I don't know what it is. Maybe he just can't put it all together. I find it hard to believe that he can't still play in the NBA. But you know, sometimes you got no answers. Um, yeah, I wish I really had an answer for that, but it don't. Anyway, so a couple other moves real quick, and then we'll get into some Knicks stuff. Um, Daniel Gafford is a sneaky little move there. We haven't seen him play with them yet, and the Knicks just recently played against Dallas. But yeah, Dallas picking up Daniel Gafford. I think that was a nice move. A nice move that really fits. I mean, Daniel Gafford gives them something because their defense is suspect. So the fact that they could pick him up and add him to what they got going on over there, I think makes a lot of sense. The Mavericks sent Rashawn Holmes and a 2024 first round pick um to the Wizards for Gafford. Um and I think that's going to be a move that might wind up really benefiting them. Because like I said, the thing about Dallas is just their defense is just suspect. They can score. They can put up some numbers. And it's weird because that team wasn't that far removed from having a really good defense. You guys remember when they knocked Phoenix out a couple years ago. And that team defensively, they looked great. So it's just wild that, a little bit of time and their identity changed. But yeah, I think Gafford definitely is something that they need. He'll be a tremendous help for them, and I expect Dallas to do what they need to do and make a nice run. Too bad they couldn't do that last year or the year before when the Knicks had a pick. It could have benefited us when they decided to do their little tank thing at the end. But whatever. Anyway, I'm not bitter. Yeah. So nice move picking up Gafford. Another interesting move. Um, that was made was the move by the Oklahoma City Thunder. Yeah, picking up Gordon Hayward. Very nice move. Oklahoma City picked up Gordon Hayward. Uh, let's see what was the details of that trade real quick. Um, so the Thunder got Gordon Hayward and they gave up Vasily Micic. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I'm trying. Trey Mann, which was kind of surprising because Trey Mann has been that player that we're always like, oh man. Anytime Trey Mann's name comes up, people are like, oh yeah, Trey Mann is a good one. We should try to get Trey Mann. Oh, okay, see, we'll never give up Trey Mann. Trey Mann's gone. So Trey Mann, Vasily Micic, Davis Bertans, guys remember him? 2024 second round pick, 2025 second round pick, and cash considerations. I think this is an interesting trade. Um, I think Gordon Hayward still has something in the tank. So I think it really will benefit OKC because they're a really young team and can use a little veteran leadership. And he's a veteran player that's still got game. He might fit in lovely over there. You talk about somebody getting a new breath of fresh air, a new lease on life, going from the Charlotte Hornets, who are in flux over there, don't know what's going on with Charlotte, to go to a team like OKC that's on the rise and it's only improving every year with all that cash and capital that they got. They got young players on rookie contracts. They've got tons of first round draft picks and second round draft picks. Like the sky is up for them. So I think Gordon Hayward might be really energized and rejuvenated, and it really might be an exciting fit for him. We'll see. We'll see how it works out. Um, Okay. Now, that being said, we will get to these New York Knickerbockers, folks. The New York Knickerbockers, not to be undone, they did their own little thing, didn't they? That's right. They brought him home, man. I'm coming home. They brought back Alec Burks and my guy, Boy John. Hopefully, I'm not spelling this wrong. Bogdanovich. That doesn't seem right, but we'll work with it. Maybe that's it. Anyway, so the New York Knicks traded for Alec Burks and Bojan Bogdanovich. They wound up trading Quentin Grimes, Evan Fournier, Ryan Archie Diacono. I found out that it's not Archie. Excuse me, it's Archie. They wound up sending off Ryan and 2 second-round picks. And so the best thing about that is that the Knicks didn't give up any first-round picks. I mean, what more can you ask for? Great job by Leon Rose and the front office staff of the New York Knicks. And so it puts them in a really good position. A lot of the NBA insiders are talking about how smart of a move it was for the Knicks. If you look at a lot of the shows that are grading the draft, the trade deadline moves, the Knicks are getting A's, A minuses, A pluses across the board. So, don't look now, guys, but our New York Knicks are actually doing some good stuff, and it's being recognized around the league. Haters gonna hate, but others have to congratulate when it's staring you in your face. You know what I mean? You can't keep denying the fact that the Knicks are trending upwards, the fact that the Knicks are making trades of value that are actually benefiting the team, the fact that we have a player that you keep downplaying and saying that he's too small to do this, too small to do that. All the while, all he's doing is busting everybody's ass. So, you know what I mean? Like, I think we're definitely in a situation where things are looking good. Shout out to JJ. What's good, my brother? Appreciate you. Good to see you. Jeremy Nussbaum is in the building. Salute. Appreciate you, bro. Glamour Nix is in the building. Hey, she says, what's good? Appreciate you. Hit him up is in the building. I can answer this question real quick for you. Hit him up. Donovan Mitchell. No, I'm just joking. Actually, Devin Booker. Yeah. Devin Booker would be the guy I probably would want. Donovan Mitchell would be second, and then that's it. I don't want Zach LaVine or Bradley Beal. You can keep both those guys. It's either Donovan Mitchell or Devin Booker. Devin Booker being my preferred choice. Yeah. Yeah. So hopefully that answers your question. Jay from PR is in the building. I'm just happy Leon wasn't sleeping. You know, the funny thing is, Leon's never been sleeping. I know as fans that narrative came up and they caught him with that picture and they've been using it forever. But all he's been doing is learning and looking, watching, and figuring out what's best for this Knick team. Like, I will give this Knick front office credit. They know a lot more about basketball about this Knick team and basketball operations than we do. Right? They bought their time. How you buy time. They bought their time, took a look at the roster, tried to start cultivating the roster by moving pieces and adding pieces. They drafted young players. They tried to develop these young players to see what was the best they can get out of the young players. And then they benefited by flipping these young players to add pieces to a team that looks like it has a chance to compete for a championship. I mean, really, like, what else did we want? I know there's a lot of rumors going. I mean, not rumors, a lot of stuff going around about the fact that our youth is gone. We traded all the young people, but the point is, it was never about drafting young players just to have young guys on the team. It's about drafting good players to put together a good team that one day can hopefully compete for a championship. And the Knicks did as much as they could. They gave a lot of guys a really good shot. All of the guys mentioned, except for maybe Obi, But I think with Obi, like Obi didn't necessarily help himself too much. He didn't do himself any favors. All of these guys had a chance. Like Quentin Grimes had a chance to play minutes and had chance when other guys were not there to step up and show what he could do so that he could be a valuable piece of this team. Let's not talk about RJ Barrett. He had tons of chances. Let's not talk about Emmanuel Quickly. Emmanuel Quickly had chances from day one. He was the only rookie that was in Tibbs's high favor. He played from day one, no issues. He didn't come in and deal with the stuff that Obi did. So Obi probably was the only one that got less minutes. He was in Tibbs's doghouse more. But in fairness, even when Obi got chances, he didn't show a lot of development in his game either. And for those who were saying, yeah, well, if you give Obi this amount of minutes and do this, I mean, he's gotten some opportunities with Indiana, and Indiana sees that, he's not necessarily what they would hope he would be. I'm not saying he's bad. I'm not saying he won't be, but he's not there right now. So the young guys, the kids are gone, guys. And now we have a team that looks good. And the only thing that's stopping this team is injuries. Could you imagine? We have a team that's so good that the only thing that's stopping this team right now is we can't stay healthy. I can't believe it. It's unbelievable. You can't make it up. And all types of injuries, the flukiest injuries in the world. We're catching everything right now. Catching strays, folks. But they made a really good trade. So bringing in Alec Burks is a great depth move. Bringing in Bogdanovich, who's somebody I wanted early in the season. I think this is really good for the bench. It's going to help them with some scoring. The defense won't suffer too much either. Bogdanovich is not the greatest defender. He's a little better. A little bit. I don't say he's a little. Maybe he's a little better than Fournier. So he's a willing defender. He's not the greatest defender. He's got similar size to Fournier, but he's a little bit better, right? But the point is, you also got Alec Burks, and Alec Burks is a willing defender. He's not a lockdown defender, but he can play some defense, and he'll fit right into Tibbs' system. He's a Tibbs guy. And then offensively, when Alec Burks is allowed to do his thing and not be put in a point guard role where he has to facilitate, instead he can go get his buckets, Alec Burks is a bucket getter. So, yeah, I like the move, man. It's a really good move for the Knicks. But that brings us to, the issue at hand, man. The issue at hand is the Knicks have a lot of injuries, folks. Injuries galore. Injuries galore. I mean, Jalen Brunson is banged up. Julius Randle is out. We don't have to worry about Quentin Grimes anymore because he's gone. But OG Anunoby just got surgery. He's going to be out at least 3 weeks. Hartenstein went down. I think it's that same Achilles tendon thing that has been a little wobbly. That's scary. Hartenstein is a big part of this team. We need at least one of these big guys. Pause. You got to have a Hartenstein or a Mitch to go somewhere with this team. If we get both of them, then we'll really be able to go somewhere. But we need at least one of these dudes. So I don't know, man. It's like every day it's like something else, man. So it's tough. And now the trade deadline is come and went. So if anything, I know, guys, you're talking about possibly, the Kyle Lowrys and stuff like that. At this point, I don't think the Knicks need to worry about that. I don't think they need that. What they need to be doing is looking on that buyer, the buyout market, and see if there are any possible bigs that could come in and give us some help. Because Jericho Sims is not the answer. Not at least not right now. As much as we love Taj Gibson, he just got re-upped for another 10-day contract. Taj is not the answer either. We need somebody. If there's a Bismack Biyombo out there or whoever's out there on the buyout market, you know what I mean? Holla. We need to talk. We need a little insurance. We need a little something. Just a little bit. It's kind of scary out there in these streets. Well, the thing about Marcus Morris is he's not a big. We need a big. Like if Hartenstein is out for, hopefully he's not. But if he's out for an extended period of time, like we are small. We need a big. I don't know. I don't know. It's a tough one. Um, Dwayne Dennis had said before, at the rate that we're going, Jalen Brunson and iHeart will be joining Mitchell Robinson, Julius Randle, OG on the injured list long term. I know, man, it's crazy. Yeah, we got to do something about this. Um, I think LB so wavy. I think both Bojan and Burke should be able to suit up and play tomorrow for the Indiana game. If we were full strength and Thibodeau was very comfortable, he might like kind of, get them in uniform, but not really play them, let them see what the team looks like for a game. But being that we're not full strength and so shorthanded, I think both those guys will be available, and I think both those guys will be playing. I don't see a reason why they wouldn't be there. It's a nice little time in between, so I think they both should be ready. Long Island Sound said I might have to rethink the trade Burks and Bogue with a full healthy Knicks team. Yeah, a chip fax trophy. Okay. Got a little lost in there, but I think I understand what you're trying to say. Um, Craig said, if you swapped out Randall for LeBron with our new additions, would we win it all? Probably. There's a good chance. It's a high chance. Yes, it's a good chance we could win it all if LeBron was on the team with all the guys we currently got. Yes, but could we still do that with Randall? It's a possibility. It's a possibility. I would give look, I mean, when I did the LeBron Julius Randle comparison right now, they both have their strengths, right? Julius is probably a more comfortable scorer right now. LeBron has to work a little harder these days to score. He does it. I'm not saying he's not done. So remember, listen to what I'm saying. I'm not dissing LeBron. He does it. I'm just saying he has to work a little bit harder to get stuff done these days. Whereas, Julius is still in his prime and he's just going with the flow. He's scoring the way he scores. Julius is a better rebounder than LeBron is right now, traditionally. Um, and that's where it stops. LeBron is a better facilitator. LeBron is a better defender, and he still can put you in a blender sometimes on defense. So if you add a LeBron to the mix of Hart and the Vincenzo and OG playing top-notch defense and bringing Deuce here and there, Knicks is kind of dangerous. So yeah, so yeah. I think that would put them in a real good position to win it all. Not saying they would, just saying it would put them in a really good position to win it all. But like I said, it could still happen with Julius Randle. Just Julius has to continue to play the good basketball that he was doing a lot this season, and just stay engaged. Julius Randle just needs to stay engaged. As long as he's engaged and out there doing what he can to help the team, the Knicks are good. All right. Um, Hi, am Jarrell says Taj needs to be a family man. Facts. I don't know what they're doing, man. First off, you should just say, Taj, listen, this is the last 10-day contract. When you come in on the 11th day, there's going to be a suit on the chair and a clipboard. Just sit right behind, Dice, and let's get it going. I don't know what we're doing here. Yeah, Taj, Father Time is caught Taj, man. Elvis said, "Put Taj down, man." Oh man, crazy, bro. Oh man, crazy. Jabroni is in the building. LeBron hasn't played defense since Miami. I mean, listen, I mean, that's a different level of defense. But LeBron plays better defense than a lot of guys in the NBA still. He just takes his time. You know what I mean? He bides its time when he wants to throw it on there. He was definitely trying to play that defense on Jalen Brunson in that fourth quarter. Um, I mean, listen, remember, you're looking at it like I don't think the Lakers are a well-built team over there. I think you put LeBron on the Knicks, and I'm only saying this as a devil's advocate. I do not want LeBron here. You guys already know I went on my rant last week, but I'm at being the devil's advocate. You put LeBron on the Knicks is going to do some work, man, because LeBron already has the culture. He's got the built-in winning mentality, and he is a willing defender. Plus, he has the power and size to inflict his will to get into the paint and score some baskets. So he's going to benefit the Knicks. I just don't want him here, but just saying. Lakers was a well-built team. I don't know, when was that? In the bubble year when they won? Because they're not well-built to me right now. Or maybe you're saying they was well-built before LeBron put his hooks in them. I don't know. HP Carlos in the building. Salute. Appreciate you. All right, guys. Well, I would love to continue to chop it up with y'all because this conversation is getting good. But I gotta get over to the other show, which is the wrap up on the front stoop. Our special guest today is Jay Boogie. We're gonna chop it up and I mean, some of y'all that know Jay Boogie's story, maybe you know a lot about him, but there's gonna be a lot of people that don't. So we're gonna get into a lot about my guy Jay Boogie, and really chop it up over there and get into hip hop, everything Jay Boogie, as well as hip hop that's going on, get his opinion, takes on stuff. So it should be pretty narcissist drama queen. Y'all are killing it right now. Y'all don't want LeBron. I see you. I hear you. So yeah, man, it should be pretty fun. Hope you guys will head on over and join me over there in a little bit. It's scheduled for 7:15, but I need a few minutes, so just bear with me. But yeah, that's the front stoop. I'll put the link over there to the front stoop, so you guys know if you've never gone over and seen the front stoop channel. That's Simeon Russell's other channel. You'll get to see the wrap up. Hopefully you guys will come over and support, especially support one of our own, Jay Boogie. But before I get out of here, I do have to do this because I would be remiss without doing this, because I mean, special dude, man, special dude. It seems it's tough for me to even think about, man. I still find it very hard to fathom that it's real. I think you guys some of y'all might already know what I'm talking about, but maybe not. But it's really tough for me to believe that Kobe Bryant is no longer here. It's still tough for me to think that he's gone. I don't even like thinking about that day. It was shocking. And I can't imagine, man. I mean, not a lot of that stuff has gone on in my lifetime. I know there's people that are a little older than me that experienced when a guy like Roberto Clemente passed away, who was a really big sports icon figure, and he was doing great work, dying in a plane crash while trying to deliver goods to help those in need. Yeah, I mean, like it's tough stuff, man. But can't really, I can't get over it. Can't get over it. I never, I to this day, I still feel like it's not real. Like it's just not happening. But you guys know, let me hit you with the breaking news. You know what I mean? Yeah. So Kobe Bryant is getting not one, not two, but three statues. Now that's love, bro. That's LA showing you love. He's getting three statues outside of is it the Staples Arena? I think it's the Staples, but whatever. The Los Angeles Lakers Arena. You know what I mean? And this is what I guess one of them looks like. I don't know if there are multiple versions of them, but whatever. So there it is. And apparently Kobe chose this pose. Vanessa mentioned that his late wife mentioned that he chose this pose. So it's, posthumously, I guess he knew one day that he's like, if they ever give me a statue, I want them to use this. So this is what they went with. Pretty dope. They even put the taped finger. So that's crazy, man. Shout out to Kobe Bryant, man. One of the realest. He had a very interesting life. He had his own ups and downs as a youngin, kind of overcame, got through that, became a role model, became a mentor, became a great dad, family man, and a really ambassador for the game of basketball and the NBA. But really, really dope, man. Shout out to him. Apparently they're gonna have one statue is going to be number 8, like this. There's going to be one statue of him wearing his number 24, and there's going to be one statue of him and his late daughter Gigi. So yeah, man, that's so tough, man. I never want to have to feel that way again, like I felt when I found out that news of him passing away. But shout out to the whole Bryant family and those in fans of his and the people in Lakerville and his family. In real life, definitely a legend, and I'm glad the Lakers are doing him great justice, man. Shout out to Kobe. All right, I'm out of here, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in once again. I appreciate y'all. It's been a great show. We'll catch you on the next one. Please, if you want to support, the wrap up on the front stoop, come on over in a little bit. We'll be chopping it up with Jay Boogie, and our guy Eru will be there chopping it up with me as well. So we out of here. I'm out. Run that.